Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some camera equipment for real estate photography. So let's get into it. All right, so before I get into it, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're into real estate photography, because that's what I talk about all the time. So today's question comes from a video, or off of a video. It said best camera for real estate photography in 2022. Sorry if I get your name wrong. Bijawada Vishal says, which is better, iPhone 13, ZV-1, or ZV-E10? Please reply. All right, so this is my reply. I think it really depends, and I'm just saying, these three options for real estate photography, which is best? iPhone 13, I have a ZV-1 right here, and then I have the ZV-E10 right here. The best one by far, in my opinion, for real estate photographer is the ZV-E10. This is a great budget-friendly setup for real estate photography. You can get this, it's an APS-C size sensor, and you get the 10, I have the 10 to 18, I think it's a f4, yeah, f4 10 to 18 Sony lens on it. It's very light, it's very nimble, it's very capable. It's focused specifically on, it performs very well. Why did I pick this one? Well, obviously it's interchangeable. You can have your ultra wide lens on it and shoots 4K. It's a great camera. Now the ZV-1, this is a more of a point and shoot camera. And what's the focal length equivalent on this? It says 9.4 to 25.7. I think this one is a 1-inch sensor. I don't think this is the APS-C size sensor, but so I would not recommend this point and shoot for real estate photography because it's not wide enough. That's really the only downside to this camera. I really like this camera, but for real estate photography, you really need some specific focal lengths or a wide enough lens, and this one you can't change lenses, you can't do that. So moving on to iPhone 13. So this is the iPhone 13 Pro. It has the ultra wide lens. I think this is a great option if you already have this, maybe you don't have budget for another camera. I can't remember exactly what I paid for this. I want to say this setup's maybe around $1,200, probably about the same amount as the phone, but the sensor is small. I think video quality on the iPhone is awesome. I think I did a real estate video with the iPhone. I was pretty impressed with the dynamic range. Even better than some of the Sony, even better than maybe the A1 from a clarity perspective outside and what it looked like inside. It was very impressive, the iPhone. Now, going around and doing photography with this, I think the photography is where it's a little bit lacking. It's nice having a zoom ring for real estate photography depending on what you're shooting. Obviously you have multiple lenses here that you can use, but with a super small sensor, if you're getting into low light scenarios like darker rooms and you're hand holding or even on a tripod, it's just so much more work with the phone to get the result you're trying to get versus a dedicated machine like this. So in my opinion, it's definitely worth getting this, even though you could probably get by with video with the iPhone for photography. And I just think overall it's a much better user experience, ZV-E10 versus iPhone. I wouldn't even really consider the ZV-1 for real estate, strictly because of the focal length. So anyways, those are my thoughts on these three cameras. I have so many cameras, or whatever, Canon, Nikon, Sony, A1, A7, S3. If you guys have questions about gear, I'm more than happy to answer those. I think most of the questions that I get are about real estate specific stuff, and that's obviously what I talk about all the time, but you can also talk about like specific gear use, like would I use this or that. I like to talk about it because honestly, I like to test. I test so much different equipment to get a grasp of what tools. At the end of the day, they're all tools, right? We're trying to deliver a product to our customers, right? The tools that you use don't necessarily matter, but what matters is what you're delivering to your customers is what they expect and is a good result for them. So anyways, that's it for this one. If you got value, hit the like button and subscribe if you're into real estate photography, and we'll see you guys on the next one.